how do y'all feel about it? He goes, you like that? You know you did. You like that. So you need to buy Washington Redskins and put Kirk Cousins on the back and just walk in the next Halloween and just start screaming that everywhere. And I bet $1,000 everybody's gonna go, is that Kirk Cousins?
I got to get on the podcast and just see it. Not even mention names, just see what happens with it.
You just need
It's
to
so
wear just wear a Vikings or a Washington football jersey and just see what happens. I'm pretty sure people would get you confused.
I'll go to Minnesota quick. If they make it to the playoffs, I'll travel there and vlog the experience of that.
No, don't even tell people who you are. Just start walking around taking selfies at people and be like, yeah, I'm sorry. I just wanted to interact with the fans today. I just wanted to, get away. And see how many people just say you're Kirk Cousins. Just see how many people believe you.
That'd be too funny. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so, I like that. But okay, so now you're at the point where you're past baseball now. Are you still gonna be trying to be involved with the game, maybe coaching or whatever?
So I really did try to get into coaching, and I'd still have a passion for the game. Like it honestly has been my identity for 20 plus years. So stepping away, cold turkeying it has been very hard for me. I did coach for a little bit after with the Evo Show Cans organization. They just didn't have enough, hours and players to work like to send my way to work with. So I just had to take a step away from that just to make some more money because I had burned everything from playing. But I would love to get involved again coaching wise. I just have to figure out if I want to do the, amateur level of high school, college, teaching the youth how to play the game right, or if I want to go in and try to like play a part in an organization like the Cubs or the A's or the Diamondbacks. Can I be like a pitching analyst or a pitching coach at some level or strength assistant or some level of an organization to where I help? Because again, I don't want to step away from the game, but there's just not a lot of opportunity at the moment to where I see myself fitting into a spot because a lot of those
Yeah.
organizations and places take in-house guys that just retired or just released that decide they want to be a part of it still, but not on that side of the ball. So it's just kind of hard to find a place where I can squeak in there and give my 2 cents or my time and energy.
That's interesting. Because I always thought for me personally, after my career, hopefully it's a long, successful one, and I'm a Hall of Fame worthy. That'd be cool. But
Oh,
but like,
have that mindset, man. Don't let anybody tell you else. Just have the mindset
well,
you're gonna be in the hall.
yeah, you see that fly? That's funny. But no,
Yeah,
that's what gotta kill it with chopsticks or whatever. But
I just
can you imagine that? I'd be like, oh my gosh. But no, yeah, that's the mindset always. I mean, it sounds silly to most, but it's the mindset. Anything I want to do in life, I want to be the top. I want to be at the top of everything. There is actually I started a thing. I didn't post about it yet. My friend and I just filmed the first little intro of it though. It's called it's still a working title, but we're calling it like inspirational stories. And like we're gonna each week we're gonna because whenever me and him are on the phone, it's like we always have like an hour to 2 hour conversation on the phone, and we always end up like referencing people who like made it like with their crazy stories. Like we referenced The Rock, Conor McGregor, all these people like who said they're gonna do something or just however they did it. And so each week we're doing like an inspirational story on somebody and thinking like motivating us, but also like I don't think anyone else is doing that. It's a positive thing.
well, you got me with the Connor, but the Rock, dude, I have my 2 cents on his background. Like, yeah, he played at Miami, and he tried to play in Canadian Football League, and the whole story of him saying like he was broke and made himself out of nothing is like a little bit untrue. Because if you follow the history of the Rocket, did you know his dad was a WWE wrestler?
Yeah, I knew about all that.
So
Yeah, he had to
so
grow up. Yeah.
yeah, so his dad being in the WWE before The Rock kind of gave him that opening into that business.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he truly had like the heart. Like he had a heart. I'm not saying he didn't. Like he was broke and everything, but he had an open door that he just walked through. Like I
Mm-hmm.
feel like Conor McGregor had a real true upbringing of like from zero because he didn't have an open door. He didn't have a father or parent in the industry that he just you know, had that oh, your parents or you have a history with us, we're going to give you an opportunity. He had to
Hmm.
make himself out of nothing. So if I want to relate myself to any story, I would want to relate to Conor McGregor if anybody, because he
Yes.
started from zero, like married the same woman he's married to today, no money, and now look at him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. No, that was my pick. My friend Sean, he's really into The Rock, and and I think The Rock's story is cool. What he made himself into now after branching off of stuff. But yes, McGregor's always been my pick. That's why I like him so much. And I've watched both his documentaries. There's like a hidden one of him when he was like really young and just making it into the industry, and then there's another one. But he's just an awesome dude all around. And not all around. I mean, he has obviously his quirks. Everyone has their quirks, but he has a cool upbringing, how he made it, and the belief system he has, and a book he read that I have. It was a really cool thing. But and marrying the same girl, because that's another thing. Like, you want to get in that relationship where you follow the journey of somebody. I think that's a cool mindset. Like, you branch off each other, and and then you make it. It's like shit. What a journey.
Yeah, well, I just think it's like the thing I love about him is he found somebody not after he was famous. He found
Before.
somebody before, and the thing is, it's not like she knew he was gonna make it and piggybacked off of it for the money and the fame and success that he was gonna make, but she was there supporting him from like
Mm-hmm.
day one. Be like there, he said there would be days where he just was like like after being in the gym for 8 hours the day before, he'd wake up and he'd know he had to go do some cardio or something, and she'd be like, and he wouldn't be feeling it, and she'd be like, go do it, like you need to get this done for the day, like
Yeah.
stay in routine. And I just think that's so inspirational that he found somebody that pushed him along the way to make him where he is. And he credits like there, she even in that document, I think I might have seen the same one you're talking about, where he talks about at night, like he would be in the bathroom with the light on, shadow boxing himself, and she would be like, "You need to turn the light off. I'm trying to sleep." You know, but she's like, I remember the days where it was just him in the mirror boxing himself, and then he'd wake up, and I'd tell him to go do I'd make him breakfast, and I'd tell him to go off and work, and then he'd come home, and I'd push him to go to the gym. Like, I think that's awesome, and I think that's something that you could easily do. Just do it by yourself and find those people that support you and push you through those days that you just
Mm-hmm.
don't want to do it. Just they'll be like, you need to do it. Go get your stuff where you're working.
Right, and that's where it's just true. It's real, and it's a cool mindset to it's a cool thing to have a part of your life. But yeah, I mean, so if here's something I always like to ask. We're approaching a little close to an hour, but here's something I would like to ask you. I mean, like, you kind of said it to me, but someone pursuing baseball, whether they're younger or now, what is your advice now? Have you've gone through all of it?
My advice from, let's just say, if I'm talking to like a high schooler that's trying to say he's got an opportunity to go further, um don't stop. Don't let other people tell you you can't do it. Like I was telling you, you can do whatever you put your mind to. Am I the most talented person in the world? Absolutely not. Am I gifted? Yes, but I made it my personal mission to make sure that I was never outworked. I may have never been the hardest working, because there might have been somebody with the same determination as me that would match me step for step, but they would never outwork me. I would always be the guy that worked the hardest, or the guy that would put in the most time in the gym or on the field or away. So I made sure that I was always doing whatever needed to put myself above that, but I would always tune out the people that would tell me you can't do this. So if I'm telling this to somebody, do the work that's required. Don't shy away from it, because that's what's going to make the difference in the end, is you doing it and them not. Because there was something that was told to me that resonated with me when I was young, really, really well. Somewhere, at some point, you're gonna sit there and decide, hey, I just don't feel like working out today. Well, there's gonna be somebody else across the country that's gonna get up off the couch and do something. And later down the road, your paths are gonna cross, and somebody's gonna make a decision to pick you or them, and they're gonna pick them over you because they got up off the couch that day that you decided to sit
Yeah,
on it.
you're
So,
and no, I'm sorry. Keep going. Okay, keep going.
oh, and I was just gonna finish, like, you just keep going until you we're all it's a kid's game. at some point we were all told we can't play a kid's game anymore just due to age or ability or whatever it is. Don't don't give up. Don't let people convince you you're not gonna make it until you are told by that person that, hey, you can't play the game anymore. When I say that, it's like an organization saying, hey, you just hit that age to where you can't keep up with these younger kids, or hey, you've made it as far as you physically can. This is the peak. At some point it will be said to everybody, but don't stop. Don't let high school friends, don't let family members tell you can until you've made it and you keep knocking on the door, but it's told to you from the official up top.
That couldn't have been said any better. I mean, honestly, it's a journey that only someone who's passionate understands. It's not a lot of people have that mindset. There's nothing wrong with that. There's people who are just cool having 9 to 5 or something, but to make the leaps and bounds, it could end up being very rewarding, and you never know. Like there, that's why I want to start that. Like Stone Cold Steve Austin was the same way. The dude grinded his ass off. Was literally. I just there was a biography on him last year, but that's how I know about this. He said he's for 2 or 3 years, and making zero money wrestling, and was eating tuna for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because that's all he had the money for. and but look what he ended up doing, and it's stories like that that you never know could be rewarding. And for even you that now, yes, you're done playing baseball and you accepted the fact, but there can't be another reason why you can't do something something else crazier that's in baseball that could be bigger than that, and or whatever you're really passionate about. Because I mean, you have the mindset, you have the work ethic. It's gonna, I think you could definitely do something big.
Well, I'm actually pursuing acting now, just because it's
No
something.
way.
Yeah, I'm pursuing some other things, acting, just because it's something that I love movies. I'm a big movie buff. I already went and saw the new Spider-Man yesterday at
How was
9
that?
p.m. It
Did you
was
like it?
great. It is so good. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it for sure. But I love movies, and I think right now, just being done from baseball and having that, there's no real place for me to kind of fit in at the moment. Maybe there might be in a month, or maybe it might be a year, maybe it might be 5 years. I don't know, but I'll get back into the game some way somehow. Maybe I'm a scout, maybe I'm doing something else, but I'm just pursuing something else. And I've already had people tell me, you shouldn't do this. This doesn't make sense. Your build is not a build of an actor. You have a bigger build. You have that athletic build. You're just
That's good though.
you stick out. They're like, you would play. You have a general role you would play, which should be a frat boy. And I'm like, I want to be something else in a film industry or something. I want to be a serious, example would be I want to be a serious actor. I want to play drama roles, this and that. So I've already had people tell me this and that, and I'm just not listening to them. So it's like the same mindset I had in baseball of just tuning it out and pursuing it and practicing what I need to be doing to get, an opportunity is what I'm doing. So
That's
it,
something I wanted to get into. So that's another story for another day because that's freaking
oh
awesome.
yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm just taking what I know and applying it to what I'm doing now. So it's the same mindset for sure.
Oh
It's
my
it's
gosh.
I'm trying new things though. I'm trying to figure out where am I gonna go next and what am I gonna do. And I don't even know if acting's it, but we'll figure it out.
Whatever, if you as long as you have the mindset that you're going to be successful. Like McGregor, he was 26, 27 when he had no money and then went to having money. It's so possible. And look, he's in his 30s now, multi-millionaire. It's freaking incredible. So it's possible. It's just finding the right niche and seeing what happens. But is there anything that maybe I left out of this that you wanted to say or that you could think of?
No, I would just say again, I'm appreciative that you give me the chance to be on your podcast, and this fly needs to leave me alone. It's now in my face, but no, I'm really appreciative you
he's
giving me the
he's
opportunity.
the guy. He's the guy that brooms in the background that you were
Yeah,
gonna
he's
do.
just like, I just want my pod bring it to fame real quick. Don't worry about me. I'm just gonna come in and come out.
But I'm sorry. Keep going. I'm sorry.
No, he's that guy that comes in at the middle of the podcast. Garbage. Let me take your trash can real quick,
Yeah.
and then gives it back to you, and you're just like, who was that guy?
Kill that role.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, you asked me in my filming industry. That's gonna be me. I'm gonna be that guy coming in. The guy has a serious conversation to see. I'm gonna be like, Want me to take your trash for you? I'll take the trash. Or, want me to vacuum? I'll vacuum for you real quick. That's every rule I'm gonna take in every movie.
I'm gonna send you a link after this. Mad TV, an old show, way better than SNL, but they have a skit on background actors, and it was pretty funny. So I'll have to send you that.
Yeah, that's me. Whenever you look at my bio of movies, janitor, 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 janitor.
But yeah, so is there anything I missed? Oh, I'm sorry, I cut you off there.
No, you're good. I would just say, for you and anybody listening, just keep doing what you're passionate about. The world's always gonna have people that are gonna tell you stop. It doesn't make sense. You don't need to be doing this. Pursue something more realistic. It's your life. Live your life to the point of when that day comes and you're on the bed, you can look back and go, hey, I regret nothing because I did everything that I wanted to do. I gave it 110%, and granted, it didn't work out, but there's no what ifs. That's the biggest thing.
Mhm.
Don't leave any what ifs on the table, because those are the days you're going to go back going, should I have just pushed a little harder? Should I have just given another, couple, like more time, another month, another year? So just keep going. Keep going till you can't go any further. And then, don't let that discourage you from trying something else. Keep finding another niche. Keep finding another thing that makes you passionate and makes you happy to do, wake up every morning and pursue. So that'd be like my
It's
final thing I'd say.
well, it's cool you said it because I agree. I never want to live life with a what if. That's always been the mindset. You never want to have that hold you back. But is there anywhere people you want people to follow you? Is there any social medias you want to tag?
Yeah, so I'm really big. When I say really big, I'm only really an Instagram guy. I don't really like Twitter. I my IG is Tristan Roberts 1. Uh, you can tag that in the description if you want or
Yep.
whatever. But
No, I'll put it on
I
the
really
screen when you're announcing it.
Oh yeah. So no, I really don't use social media a lot. I think social media can be very distracting and kind of push me away. But I will say though, the one vice I have on social media is I have a TikTok. I don't make videos, but I watch them. I watch TikTok. I'm a big TikTok watcher. I like seeing some of the stupid things that people can come up with, and there's some creative people out there. I'll give them that.
Oh, I just saw fucking two things funny yesterday. I was dying. It was just so stupid. It was funny. Um, I picked up substitute teaching as a little side gig for some money, and because that was my first major before my major now or when I graduated with the Penn State was to be on TV. That's so I work with I work like NFL or college games with like ESPN or Fox, and so I'm actually going to work the Eagles game. It just got shifted to Tuesday now, but all the way to work your way up on TV. But my first major was oh, you're a Cowboys
Uh,
guy. Oh
yeah,
my gosh,
yeah, I gotta
should
give
have
you the
known.
full-time.
I
Should have
should have
known,
known.
baby. How
Thank
about
God I
them
didn't say anything.
Cowboys?
I should
Yeah,
have said anything.
I'm not feeling that banner behind you right now. I'm not really feeling that at all.
I'm surprised you didn't say anything during the whole podcast
I'm trying. I was trying to bite my tongue. I'm just talking. I'm just like human. Like this guy,
there.
Jesus. Oh, I already don't want to be on this
And
this podcast.
first one, when was your last one? 1996.
All I gotta say is who's number one in the division right now.
I know you're good. I'm busting
No,
you, but
oh, I will say this though. I will say this. No matter what year it is, no matter what happens, the Eagles could be 0-15, and all I hear is Eagles still got a chance to win the division. I'm like, how? How? It's always said, no matter what the record is, no matter who's in the league, the Cowboys could have the division locked up at 11-3. Eagles still have a chance to win the division. Eagles still have a chance. I'm like, how? I don't understand it. It's just your franchise.
well,
It's always
the
in the hunt.
the Cowboys seem to be choking a little bit. They just won, but I think they're choking a little bit.
Yeah, Dak's making me. Dak's really starting to really show that big mega contract he wanted. He's really playing up
Yep.
to that right now. So
So it's gonna be so funny because we're the last game of the year. We both face each other. So it's gonna end up coming down to that, I bet, because you guys faced the Cardinals the week before, and so if you guys lose a game in between these next 2 weeks or whatever, it's gonna be really interesting if we win out then.
well, they said the Cowboys, if we win, I think tomorrow, we actually clinch a playoff berth because I think the
Oh yeah,
overall
you guys
record.
will. I think you guys will be guaranteed, if not division, be wild card for sure. But right now, it looks like a division for you guys. But I was gonna say something before that, but we got on something funny. But shit. But okay, so I'll tag your Instagram and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, this was your first podcast, so how do you feel after? I mean, I'll end it. I'll talk to you afterwards. But
Yeah.
were you happy?
I feel like, there's just like that, beginning stage of trying to figure out how to look at the camera and how to conduct yourself. But I feel like it went really well. I feel like, I would love to keep doing this, and hopefully you have me back and we can go in
I would have
depth,
you back on. Yeah.
what I'm pursuing, now that you're taking a different route in life. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, dude, I really enjoy this. This is something I've kind of always wanted to do, and I've really enjoyed, just the natural, back and forth.
Yeah, that's what the best part about this is. But I'll definitely be back on, for whatever. I think you're a cool guy, and it's nice and it was cool and bounce, talk to you. So I thank you for having you on. Thanks for coming on. But yeah. And then it was funny because my friend he transferred out of Penn State as a football player and went to another school. And I interviewed him before anything, right when he was announcing that he was transferring. But now he's entering the draft this year for NFL. And so I was like, shit, I'm going to have you back on. That'd be cool to see the progression. He was like my fourth podcast. So it's going to be cool to see the progression of him.
Well, so I never mentioned this, and maybe we could talk about this next time. So when I was at TCU, I actually worked for the TCU football program as a way to make money with COVID. Nobody was hiring, so I was equipment manager, and I was, on the sidelines for games every day at practice with them, running, certain play, like calling in certain plays with a little play sheet they had,
right,
during practice and stuff. So I was full in, like as in as you could be without being a player. So I got to see a couple guys, practice and play their final season before getting drafted. Like one of them is now with the Raiders. So I could definitely tell you some stories about, going to practice every day and being on the football side of it. It's so different being like on the sidelines of a different sport and I've been playing it. It's interesting for sure.
Well, didn't Jalen Reagor go to TCU? He's on the Eagles wide receiver.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And then obviously the biggest name to come out of TCU is LaDainian Tomlinson, like the Hall of Fame running back. So, it was cool seeing all the banners and seeing the some of the players. But when I was there, there was a kid named Trevor, and then he actually got drafted in the second round to the Raiders. And he's playing. And then there's another kid named Garrett Wallow who got drafted in the fifth round of the Texans, and he's now a starter linebacker for the Texans.
That's freaking awesome.
So, and I was blessed to be on the defensive side of the ball with them every day. So I got to talk to them and just get to have that camaraderie between them. And, it was definitely different being on a different sport. They conduct themselves so differently. It's a whole different world over there.
It's a whole different thing.
We'll save that for a different cast.
Yeah, I think we definitely have another podcast for sure. But yeah, here's the outro. We just went out on a limb. They continue to grow this tree by doing something different. It's for yourself. Peace.
When addressing the mic through these dark nights, where the Bruce Wayne, what a trick me. Here's some truth that I'll let free. Bruce Banner of rap, if you ask me. When my will to win and the track meet, the secret is I'm always angry.